Hello, I'm EnterElysium and welcome back to Europa Universalis IV as the Elysian Empire. So, last time we talked about the custom map mod, and it seems that a very small number of people dislike it, but don't dislike it that much. A large number of people liked it, and a large number of people were like, I'm kind of neutral. The people who did like it said that it wasn't just, aesthetically pleasing, it also helped to, because of the thicker borders and the more plain-style countries, helped to sort of exaggerate where the countries were, especially on small devices. And if it's going to help people who are watching on like mobiles or poor resolution screens be able to follow what's happening, then I'm all for it, frankly. Even if it wasn't so overwhelmingly in favor of neutral or for it, I would probably be much more in favor of it, since people are saying it allows me to see what's going on better. Because Europa Universalis IV is a difficult game to follow for anyone who's not like super into it at any stage. So if I can help you follow it anymore, I will. And if people say this graphic mods help, then cool. Also, it means that we don't blend into the sea as much. So, we're going to go to war against France. Hello there, France. Who are currently at war with a load of people. I think they're at war with Austria. But most importantly, there is a coalition as well, which will be fighting us. Problem for them is, Styx is part of that coalition. But if we attack France and the coalition fires, Styx won't join because they'd have to be fighting on the same front of France. And they can't fight on the same side of France because France is currently attacking them. So it would be like, why would they team up? So they wouldn't come into war with us. So effectively it'd be France and like a couple of 1+- and Toulouse. And this is the important part, Portugal. This is where this entire thing started. I wanted to go to war with Portugal. I found they're allied with France. I can attack France and I can actually go to war with Portugal because right now they are doing a little bit of expansion here and this is not allowed. I want to lock down the sea border. It's a sea border. I could just say coast though, and that'd be easier. I could lock down the coast and I've got to take down these provinces. I think it's a great idea. We're going to do that. So, what we need to do, take Nemours, get our army in position. I would like you to go here, I'd like you to go here. I will get my ships. I don't know where my ships are. Where are my ships? Tell me where my ships are. Tell me where my ships are. Da, 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 da. I've only got 16 transports. I'd like another 2 transports, that way I can get the entire 20 stacks of army across at once. So, V6, no, 2, yes. Flute, they are my transports. 1, no, that takes 120 days. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm also going to order another light 15. Do some pirating, or whatever. There we go. Maybe increase the number of trade ships I've got available. And I actually have 15 here. Oh, hello. Go home at war. Pirate, and I want you to pirate in the... No, not Mexico. Where are you? Caribbean. There we go. Should increase our trip out by quite a lot. But yeah, that's important. To go to war in the Caribbean trade node. I also need to get out of this war, by the way. If we have a look. Saxony. Look at that. They're going to be blanket sieged. And frankly, I've got a war to get to. And I can't be dealing with this. So, I'm going to offer tribute. More reparations. They would go for... They'd probably go for a concession defeat in that case. No? They would go for war reparations. Now, this is one thing I don't like, by the way. You can see that we're getting coalition war counted against us. I don't think that bonus should count against us, since we aren't the target of the war. I think that coalition war bonus should only count against the person they're doing the coalition against, not the coalition guy's allies. It's unfair to penalise the people this much. I don't know why that exists. Well, I know why it exists, but it shouldn't apply to me. I think so. Let's get out of that war. Did they reject it? No, they went for it. Cool. Fine. Decline Matapa's military access. I don't want to give Matapa any military access if possible. Right. How are we doing down here? Still got Munster. I will peace out for white peace with you. Not interested? Really? Really? I concede defeat to you. You would go for that. What would confession of defeat involve? I will gain -10 prestige. Go for it. Fine. I get a claim. East African would expect the... Where's Manikank? Maninyankank. And I have to claim within the next few years. I don't think that's going to happen. Maniyank. I'll be completely honest. I'd be perfectly happy to do this because I could grab Zimbabwe at the same time, except for the fact they'll be like, why haven't you done it? Why haven't you done it? Why haven't you done it? I've got other stuff to do. I'm going to war with France. I've got a major land war to contend with. I mean, if they'd given this option another time, I'd go for it in a heartbeat. As it is, I'm going to have to ignore them. Yeah, sure. It's annoying to lose the local trade power, but no choice there. Hello. I would like you to continue doing your little exploration. Okay. So how are we doing here? Liege left the military coalition against us. Always pleased to see that. Good news. Okay. It's good to see, you know, Austria attacking France. Kind of much appreciated right there. Men have risen and attacked our peaceful. No. Whatever. Whatevs. And my 16 transports are still up here. Oh, they're getting repaired. That's fine. But frankly, I'd put them down here. I don't really care. They don't need to be repaired. Slaves! Ooh! A scattering of poison. The expedition was closing in on Malgana when a barrage of arrows shot from the natives. Standing on the inviting beach, sailed the ship in a hurry to race away from the enemy, who leapt with great whoops towards the canoes. The crew had to abandon some of the men who had got shot and tumbled overboard when they lay in some sea miles between... the whole starboard side was covered in arrows. The explorer on board the sail ship was seriously wounded. The arrow that hit him had been poisoned. He lay in a fever, sweating and swearing for several days. Despite the surgeon's care and the disinfectant made of urine oil, he died some time ago. No, he died. Well, that was unfortunate. Slaves, and that's my expedition dead again. It's not you, it's you. Sorry, my explorer. Oh well. For that, I think we'll have to conquer Australia, because, you know, no one does that to a man of the crown. No one. It's not allowed. It's despicable. Have we got our ships yet? I don't think we do. Nearly done. I do need a new Diplo dude. Unfortunately, there's only +2s, and I don't really think I can afford a +2. Maybe. Getting +7. How much does a +2 cost? Yeah, almost 10 ducats. I don't think I'm going to go for that. I mean, the trade efficiency would make some of it back, but I'm going to be losing some money when I go to war, so I'd rather be able to make sure I've got a little bit in the bank. Ooh, there we go. Get all the transports in. Bam. 21 battleships. Go to Normandy, if you wouldn't mind. Do we have a spare leader? Philippa Knight. There we go. Philippa, you will now lead our armies to glory. And then you will take these guys on. Now, importantly, we're going to have to try and get our war when we can make the most use of it. What I'd like to be able to do is... Ooh, 1 faith. Right, we get a stability, which is kind of annoying. I don't really have anything to do with that, because we're currently on 3 stability, so it gives us absolutely nothing. Maybe if you're on 3 stability and you get a stability event, maybe it should convert into points or something. That'd be nice. I'll convert that place. What else? I can hire a 3 military leader. That'd be because my ships are back to port. Yeah, and they have no explorer. It's a shame. I kind of need more Diplo points. Pretty sharpish, but we'll recruit an explorer. A good explorer at that. And we'll go to explore... Ooh, who do we want to explore? The Philippines. Eventually I want to do the circumnavigation of the globe, but I do need to explore a bit more to be able to start that. What else? Quantity idea? No, I'd rather save up for our next military tech. Right. Kill the rebels. How do they have more morale than us? That's just annoying. By the way, I'm holding off on hitting 1 faith just so that I can save it in case we get a event where we lose. For instance, you know, if our queen dies. King Philippa Knight. To each their own. Right. What we got over here? Another battle 1. Cool. How's the siege here? And we could let the sieges tick up, but I'd rather be able to go to war soon. I do think I have to go to war. I can't, you know, waylay it any longer. France, I'm sorry, we need to go to war. Portugal will join. Sticks are going to get asked, but they're going to turn it down because they're at war. Venice. We'll turn them down. No one on my side will join. Sure, take the Moors. Declare war. Right. I want my battleships. They've got a very important job to do. They've got to stop Portugal getting any reinforcements over to the land. Oh, a 25 stack. Mainly because it's Portuguese troops. Ooh, I can gain whatever I want. I'm going to gain some Diplo. Also, I'm going to tell my colonies that they can go on the offensive. And which of these are still in development? That's still in development. That's okay. So, Wichita and Waco. I do think we need to take. Oh, screw it. Thank you for the stability that I don't get. Let's take them out. Or capture them. Costs some military points, but I think it'll be worth it. Right. And what I'm looking for is the Portuguese Navy. Wish I had better intel on where they were. Can't see where the French forces have gone. There's one here. I hope they haven't left already. If they've got to the New World, that'd just be annoying. There's a 10. Do we take attrition here? No, we're in supply range. Okay, we'll wait here. We're slightly damaged, but I think we'd still be able to thrash them in a fight. That's what matters. Aha, 22, right. You are at war with Austria, right? Yeah, you are at war with Austria. You're just not engaging. I could become Defend the Faith. It would give me some bonuses. I mean, the technology cost would go up, but I'd get, you know, reduction of war exhaustion, I'd get prestige, I'd get morale of armies, I'd get an extra missionary. Yeah, I mean, it costs a lot of money. People can call me into their wars. I'll pass. I'm hoping that Austria will be able to defeat this, you know, large stack without me intervening. You know, at the moment I am sieging up 2 provinces while I wait, and I'm taking a lot of attrition on those, but I have the manpower. I'd rather keep this in a stack so that I can run around the map having a look and not having to worry about them too much. It's a shame that I'm not involved in this fight. Please get there in time. God damn it, you didn't. Okay. I'm going to split up to get these 4 provinces. These are 4 provinces I desperately want. Yes, destroy its army. Come on. Ooh, treasury or prestige? I'm going to go for treasury. Yes, that was a very resounding loss for them. Still haven't seen the Portuguese Navy, which means it could be in the New World. And, ooh, I get a choice now. I'm going to go for... Seize it. Yeah, why not? Seize it. It costs us 25 each time, and we now got, you know, a lot of extra colonies to support. But at the end of the day, why not? Now go back there and defend your growing colony, if you wouldn't mind. Money, religious civil disorder. Okay, good, good, good. I think I'll split you into a 3, a 6, and a 6. You know, you're not going anywhere right now. So this is, you know, kind of totally unimportant stuff, really. But I can give you some pretty useful jobs for later on. Well, I remember right now. Ivory Coast. Make a little bit of money. Trying to think of anywhere I've missed. And at the end of the day, Gulf St. Lawrence will give me like 5 ducats, but I want to put someone bigger on there. I want to put maybe you. Gulf of St. Lawrence. Sure. Not that made a big difference. What else? More to the Caribbean. You know, at the end of the day, the Caribbean's a pretty big battleground, although we have got privateers there. North Sea. There we go. 6 ducats to be made there, North Sea. And the last 3... I don't know. Zanzibar. Let's go to Zanzibar. There we go. They're, of course, at war, so they shouldn't be going anywhere. I'm still waiting to see a proper Portuguese navy. It's, you know, kind of likely they got destroyed. But, you know, as I am, I'm currently, what's it called, blockading their provinces, so, you know, whatever. 100% efficiency on blockading the provinces, so sweet. Oh god, they're actually losing that fight. I probably should join in. Just to make sure that the French forces die, and that Brittany doesn't get owned, because, you know, Brittany's kind of my baby. And we outnumber them like 6-1. Seriously, 6-1. I really wish that the dice didn't make this much of a difference. It's completely annoying. Oh no, okay, please tell me we won. Good, we did. It was way harder than it should have been. That's for sure. Oh no, colonists have risen up. Oh no! They didn't go back? I could have sworn I told you to go back. Oh well. My bad. If I group you, select the army, I should see... Nope. No, that was wrong. Oh well, we'll sort it out when this war's over. Group, split. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Group, split. Now I'm just trying to cover as much ground as possible. I will want to be able to attack Portugal at some stage. And try and get as much as I can out of them. Preferably a land landing, I guess. Against Portugal. Seriously, come on. I really outnumber you, like, you know. 4-1. Why do they have, like, 1.2 extra morale? 33% in total. A land, 20%. 4 from technology. I got 3 from technology. They have an extra technology that's really harsh. Okay. And higher armor tradition. Fine. Oh, Portugal has a large army up here that looks like Austria are going to lose to it. This is going to be problematic for us. Ah, there we go. Austria sent in more guys. That's nice. Long Pig. A small friendly tribe, blah 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 blah. Constituted of pork. The name was apparently Long Pig. It wasn't until after the feast that the sauce meat was explained. Captives from the defeated tribes, sacrificed and eaten to gain the strength of their enemies. Lose 100 Diplo or people hate us. France, Austria, no. Gotta lose a Diplo. I can't afford to lose my allies and, you know, things like Brittany. No. That's annoying. I'm going to keep watching these guys. The problem is if they build up even so much as, like, you know, 4 guys or something, they can start taking out my stacks. Because France OP, please nerf. I'm going to tell Brittany this is an objective. There we go. They'll grab it for me. Which is kind of them. Oh, this one here. Oh, we finally got our first. Yay! Right, let's... Oh, I can't go down there. Enemy stack. Alright, how are we doing over here? No Portuguese troops? I appreciate it. And what is our war score against Portugal? 6. And one in the Siege of Namur, which is our war goal. Excellent! Right, well this is probably a very good place to end the episode. I do want to maybe do a landing against Portugal itself. That way I can really force them out, and maybe I can get them to break their treaty with France. Maybe get some variable length truces in there, so I can go to war one of them without the other in there again, something like that. But, that'll be next time. I've been EnterElysium. This has been Europa Universalis IV as the Elysian Empire. A good way on our way with our war against France. We did have to, kind of give up on Saxony. Saxony. Where did you go, Saxony? Saxony. Wow. Well, that was one hell of a coalition war. Yeah, until next time, if you like the episode and would like not to subscribe, please consider subscribing. And stay shiny.